Hi beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Neze. If this is your first time coming across me, I hope you like it enough to want to stick around. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for rocking it with me. So on today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 things I did to completely change my life. And when I mean change, I mean 360 degrees change. And I'll be the first to admit that I'm a work in progress. Like, I'm still working on myself and on my self-development, but I've come such a long way from feeling so insecure about myself, from being a people pleaser, from being constantly letting my other people's actions dictate my joy and my mood, to being this person who is so in tune with herself, who doesn't let things around her just bother her. So it's such a mindset shift, and it's such a beautiful place to be, and I hope we all get there eventually. So I'm going to share 5 things that I've done to completely change my life. So the first thing is the core belief that all things work together for my good. And I'm not saying some things or few things, I mean everything. So when things are falling apart around me, I just remind myself of what the Lord said in the book of Romans, that all things work together for my good. And that can just hold you still in the face of chaos, in the face of great adversity. You just remind yourself that that core belief stays with you, sticks with you, that all things work together for your good. And sometimes it can be delusional because things can be falling apart around you and everybody's panicking, or you're like, I used to be such a worrywart. Like, I worry so much that it almost got to a point of mental illness. I'm constantly worried about everything. And then I remind myself that why will I say I'm a Christian? Why will I go to church? Why will I do all these things? And still I'm constantly in a state of panic and worry. So getting myself to that core belief in my heart, in my soul, in my spirit, just knowing it, not just knowing it, but internalizing and believing that all things work together for my good has been such a game changer for me. So just knowing that whether it's good, whether it's bad, if it's bad, it's because God permits it. It's because there's a greater good that's going to come out of that bad, ugly situation. And if it's good, then it's for me. And if it's something I'm praying and hoping for that is not happening, it's not yet the time. And when the time comes, it will happen. So that core mindset shift and mindset belief has been so good for me. And I hope it does the same for you. The second thing would be investing in my personal, spiritual, and psychological growth. Doing the work that I need to do to get me to where I need to be. Identifying the parts and areas in my life that need work, and putting in the work that I need to put in to get that area sorted, or to get that area better, or to just improve myself in that area. And this is such a good thing because it's self-reflection. It's you sitting down and thinking about yourself. What areas in your life need work? And let me tell you, everybody has certain areas in their lives that need work. So you being honest with yourself to identify that area is a great sense of self-awareness, of you knowing that I need to work in this area of my life. I need to work in that area of my life. There's some things that you will do and you're like, yeah, I could have done this better. That's a good thing because you're self-aware that you're not perfect, that you need to put in the work that needs to be put in to get yourself to a certain level in certain areas of your life. So that sense of self-awareness has helped me, has changed my life, because once I notice or realize that there's some things in my life that need work, I put in the work. I just put in the work consciously. I don't just let things just diggy-daggle by chance. I consciously put in the work that I need in any area of my life that I find myself defective. So that has really done a lot for myself personally, in my life, in my career, in my relationships with people, because I'm able to identify the areas in my life that need work, and I go in and I put in the work. Work in progress, work in progress. So the third thing will be removing myself from toxic situations. And when I say remove, read vanish. Like, the moment I notice any form of toxicity, I just vanish from that situation. I remove myself immediately. I don't stay in places where I feel like I'm being tolerated. No, I don't. I literally remove myself. So that is such a good place to be in your mind. Are you able to identify when you're in a toxic environment, or when you're in a place where people are just tolerating you and not being genuine with you, and just remove yourself gracefully. Just remove yourself from that place immediately and with grace. So you're not, when I say gracefully, I mean you're not like trying to fight or trying to cause a scene or trying to draw attention to yourself and like, yeah, why don't you people like me? Why are people treating me like this? No, we're beyond that. You just remove yourself, because there are places that you're wanted. There are places that you'll be celebrated. So you remove yourself from those places that you're being tolerated and they're not being good to you, or they're being toxic to you, to other places where you know that you're going to be loved and accepted. So you gracefully remove yourself from that situation and you port or move to places where you know that you're going to be loved and you're going to be accepted. The fourth thing I have done to help change my life tremendously is giving people grace. Knowing that people are trying the best that they can, especially in this part of the world. It's a lot of burden to be a parent, to work, to care for your family, to be there for your parents, to be there for your siblings, to be there for your colleagues, to be, it's a lot. So when, for example, you send someone a text message and they don't reply as quickly as you expect, maybe you send them a text and they're not replying, and you see their post on Instagram, so if you just there being angry, like, yeah, they're not replying me, but they're posting picture on Instagram, give them grace, give them time. Don't build up so much bile in your spirit over people, because you don't know what they're dealing with. Give them grace. So that has helped me so much. I used to be in that state of my way. If people don't answer me or reply me at a certain time, I start to get anxious or angry. I'm like, yeah, they're not replying my message. Maybe they just want to ignore me or that. No, I no longer think that. I can tell you, and 90% of the time I'm right. Maybe when they get back to me a few weeks after or a few days after, there's a valid reason why they couldn't respond at that time. There's a valid reason why they couldn't respond at that time. So don't spend all this time being like, just give people grace and know. And if this person is close to you, reach out over and over again. Find out why they're not answering. Don't just send one message or do one thing and then spend the rest of the days being upset with this person. Reach out again. Give them grace. Find out why they're not responding like they normally would. They may be dealing with something. You could be saving someone's life. I'm telling you. So give people grace. Don't hold on too strongly to what you expect of people, and that you're spending so much time being upset when you don't even know the true situation of why that person is responding or not responding the way you expect. The fifth and the final one would be forgiveness. Oh my God, forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness sets you free. So when you're forgiving somebody for something that they've done, do it for yourself. And depending on the gravity of the offense, you might have to forgive over and over again, and that's okay. That's completely okay. Forgive and forgive and forgive as much as you need, because you're doing it for yourself. When you hold on to grudge, even just beyond what the Bible says about forgiveness, when you hold on to grudge, you're holding on to so much anger. When you think of this person, you're just angry. That's negative energy. You don't need it. So forgiveness frees you from all that hurt and all that anger and all that negative energy. Let me tell you something. I will forgive you as many times as I need to forgive you. I may remove myself from you, but I will forgive you. I'm not going to be out there carrying people in my mind and just, no, God forbid. I will forgive you as many times as I need to forgive you. But depending on the gravity of the offense, I may remove myself from you. So forgive and forgive and forgive all over again, with the realization that you're not doing it for that person. You're doing it for yourself. If you've watched up to this point, thank you so much for being here, for sticking with me, for watching my video, and I hope you get to subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you in my next video. Ciao, Bella. Mwah.